Happy Friday, truthers. I hope you have had a wonderful and a blessed week. I just wanted to stop by this Friday to give us all some encouragement as we go into the weekend. I don't know about you, but I've honestly had a pretty busy, pretty rough week, and I thank God that it's the end of the week, and sometimes we have weeks like that. But I was talking to a near and dear friend of mine yesterday, and she actually reminded me of something that really encouraged my heart, and I wanted to share it with you guys. And so we were talking, and she reminded me of a passage from Ezekiel 37, and we've heard it many times, the passage that talks about can these dry bones live. And one of the things we discuss is the verse right after that. So a lot of us get focused on that specific verse that says, can these dry bones live? And then Ezekiel answers the Lord and says, oh Lord, you alone know. And that just hit me so hard yesterday when we were talking, and it reminded me that, oh Lord, you knoweth all things, that no matter how stressful my week has been, no matter how much the enemy is trying to plague me with doubt, with worry, with panic, with what am I going to do about this, with all these things that I have to do, Lord, you know it. And so this morning, I'm just stopping by to encourage all of us as we go into this day and as we close out this weekend. Remember, Lord, you know it. He knows what you're going through. He knows how you feel. He knows what you're concerned about. He knows what is plaguing you. He knows what has your mind racing. Because of that, give it to him. We don't have to walk around with this worry and with this doubt and with this fear. The devil is a liar. Walking around in worry, walking around in panic, walking around feeling like the weight of the world is on our shoulders is not God's best for our life. Not being able to go to sleep, not being able to be in peace, not having joy with your family, not having a smile on your face, that is not God's best. That is not why he sent Jesus to die for us, so that we can walk around and be miserable in life. That is not living. That is not of God. And so what we need to remember as we go into each and every day is that the Lord knoweth all. Lord, you know it. When that thought comes to your head, what am I going to do about this? How am I going to manage everything that I have going on in my world? What am I going to do about my family member that's sick? What am I going to do about my marriage? What am I going to do about my kids? What about my job? What about my money and the fact that these bills are due? Oh Lord, you know it. You alone know. You know my end from my beginning. You know what's going on with me. And you have a great plan for my life. Jeremiah 29:11 says, for I know the plans that I have for you, declares the Lord. Plans to prosper you and not to harm you, to give you a hope and a future. Again, in that verse, you know. Okay, we need to walk in the confidence that, Lord, you know. I know and you know. I know you have a good plan for my life. I know that you love me. I know that you're for me. And I know that you're with me. Stand on that alone today, truthers. Do not let the enemy deceive you. Do not let him trick you. Do not let him get you into this back and forth in your mind. Worrying is nothing but putting a down payment on something that may never happen. It's a trick of the enemy to steal your days, steal your nights, steal your peace, steal your joy. You are up at night tossing and turning or roaming around during the day thinking about things that may not even come to pass. Rest your mind today. Get your mind focused on Jesus. He will keep you in perfect peace. Him whose mind is stayed fast and trust in him. That means keep your mind on Jesus today. Keep your mind on God today. How do you do that? When the thought comes to your head, combat it immediately. Pull down that thought and make it obedient to Christ. Speak out loud with your mouth. Oh Lord, you know it. You know it. I may be worried about this problem, but oh Lord, you know it. I may not know what to do about this problem, but oh Lord, you know it. I may feel a certain way about this situation, but oh Lord, you know it. You know what's best for me. You know what I can and cannot handle, and you're not going to do anything that will hurt or harm me. And so just keep that in your heart and your mind today, truthers. Mull that over in your head. Keep it near and dear. Meditate on it. Keep it rolling around in your head today so that you may remain in peace, so that you may be in joy, and that you can close this week out strong, better than when you started, and enjoy your weekend. I pray that you have a blessed Friday. I pray that you have a blessed weekend that is full of peace, is full of rest and enjoyment. And I will be back with you on Monday for some motivation.